The free $20,000 MLB 10 runs for free cash contest is now live at SBRforum.com. What is the contest? It's simple. Each day in a designated SBR Forum post, you pick one team that you think will score 10 or more runs that day. You qualify to win $100 that day if you are correct. Each day the game continues, you pick another team. And every time your team scores 10 runs, you'll be adding onto your total score. The contest is split into 3 segments, and at the end of each segment, the top scorers split $2,500. And at the conclusion of the contest, there's even more cash up for grabs, in total over $20,000. And I know what you're thinking. You can just pick the Yankees every day and win. No, you can only pick the same team once per week. Check out the link in the description for more info and see you in the SBR Forum for the contest.
SportsBookReview.com. It is time to talk some Major League Baseball. Hopefully I timed it right, and if I did, that is very, very impressive. It's a Monday. It's a huge card in Major League Baseball, and that maybe not at this point, but we're here to talk it, break it down, see if we can find some dollars and make some sense today. I'm Donnie RightSide along with Jason Radowitz. He is also Kyle Purviance, and we are the SportsBookReview.com Major League Baseball team. It is a Monday. It doesn't look good for my Phillies. The Mets already golfing out here, Jason. What's the deal?
That is the deal. The Mets are done. We are out. I've officially conceded it's literally impossible for us to be in the playoffs. So, this September has been just a disaster for the Mets. And but one thing it hasn't been a disaster for is our bets. And that's one thing we'll try to do one more last week for the regular season.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because you're right. This is our last full week of Major League Baseball action. It ends on Sunday. We start playoffs next week. Just sent some messages behind the scenes here, how we're actually going to deal with content. Don't worry. We got you covered here in content. But whether or not we come on each and every day for 3 minutes and I was like, Jason, what do you think? Kyle, what do you think? That'll do it today for the sports book. We're not going to do that. We're going to make sure we have good content that we can bring the heat with and have some fun with. What interesting stuff is doing. Also, how about this? 89,700 subscribers here now, Kyle. Moving up and up and up. I want to see 90. I want to see 90, Kyle, shortly here.
Yeah, that's what I want to see, too. And how about this? It didn't take us long to piss someone off already with one thumb. There we go. That's how you know we're starting things
They don't want the short content.
Right. They don't want the short. They didn't like what you said there. But no, I'm excited. Hey, weird card today, of course. I did tweet out a play, and I wish I would have just flipped it to the White Sox team total, but you know how I feel about that. So I just need these Tigers to get some runs. I still feel confident that they will get there against the White Sox, who have nothing to play for at this point. Going to be a good show. Going to have some fun. Going to be a good week. One more week, and I feel like there's going to be some extra time to golf for the next couple of months. I'm liking that.
We'll see what happens here. By the way, Maury O'Hara says, do y'all cover hockey? Yes, Jason Radowitz covers the Islanders day to day. So give him a follow at Jason_Radowitz. And Kyle covers the Kraken now out on the West Coast. So two hockey guys here. No, not really. Yeah, we don't really big hockey guys, so to speak. But let's get into the show here. In-game live updates here. 3 games on the card. There's actually more games live than for the rest of the day. I understand what baseball's probably doing, saying, all right, let's give most people the day off, and then we're going to go hard Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the way through Sunday. I get it here. The Indians up 4-3 on Kansas City in the 5th inning. Chicago White Sox, Detroit Tigers, 6-1 White Sox as they're starting to lay it on the Tigers now. And the Cincinnati Reds, 7-0 over the Pirates. So it looks like a couple teams actually didn't know they were playing on a Monday either here, Jason.
Yeah, it looks like that for the entire early card. Lots of runs going on here. The Indians-Royals game, obviously, with Jackson Kowar on the mound. I kind of like the Indians in this game, but the Indians, they don't really profile too well against righties, especially in the last 30 days. But again, Kowar, he's walking 16.4% of the batters, xFIP of 5.65. So kind of figured he would get a little bit rocked there. And it looks like the Reds now, they're up 7-0 against the Pirates. When we woke up this morning, the Pirates didn't have a pitcher announced. It became Overton. And so that obviously is a disaster as well there for the Pirates, not knowing who their starter was for a 1:00 game in the morning. And then the White Sox Tigers, Keuchel on the mound. Obviously, a lot of us thought that the Tigers can do damage, but also Matt Manning on the mound hasn't been too great either. And Kyle and I have made some money off him as well. So the White Sox up 6-1. Lots of runs going on in these first 3 games, but no plays for me on these 3 games.
Yeah, Votto's got 2 home runs today. 4. Did I see that right? He hit one 466. Goodness,
Yikes.
Joey. I don't know
Damn,
what's going on with
That's
that.
Radowitz distance there.
Yeah, I can
Jesus.
imagine.
That's traps in the gym and getting after it. By the way, quickly here on the MVP update, Shohei Ohtani, a minus 4,000 to win it. But the favorite in the National League, Bryce Harper, minus 240. I've been scrolling since we started the show. I can't quite find here the Mets player, Francisco Lindor. So
I don't see him either.
I don't see it down that list here, Kyle. But anyway, Kyle, anything in the afternoon that you were looking at here in Major League Baseball? Because I guess you want to talk about betting. This Monday Night Football night, we get it. But Major League Baseball, throwing in the towel like that? Come on now, Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to give out an early play, and I hope Detroit can scrape across some more runs here. I was close on Cleveland first 5. I just got a little bit nervous because the Royals lineup actually didn't profile all that poorly against Quantrill. So I thought maybe it was just a little too juiced up for me to trust it with how it profiled. Of course, it was Dallas Keuchel and Matt Manning. Should have just taken the over first 5 total completely. I should have done the Jason Radowitz, but I did not. Went for a little bit of pain. It's the last week of the regular season. I still feel good. We got 6 more innings to go here. It looks like Detroit's going to need to bat their final at bat as well. So, we should be able to get some runs here.
Little afternoon fun here. Let's get into the main card here, which the main card is actually 2 games. My favorite part of it is I was getting some emails and texts like, hey, by the way, why'd you only put 2 games in the rundown? I said, actually, there's only 2 games. I don't know, which is very interesting for a Monday in baseball. It's usually a short card, but most of the time we're going to have 3 afternoon Monday baseball games, which we do have today. So let's get into the card as shows here. And again, not a big card here. We'll cap it. We'll see if we can find some winners on this card. See if we can have some fun with it. 9:51, 9:52, 8:40 start tonight. Washington and Colorado. That is Gray versus Marquez. Across the board, we're sitting here at 159s, 165s, 170s, depending where you're shopping. That 159 is offshore at Pinnacle, 166, 170 here at FanDuel and also DraftKings. 11.5 across the board. I look at 2 bad pitchers and 2 teams I think are able to get some runs on both of these pitchers. So if I'm looking at this game and trying to say, hey, take a team total on each side, I see both of them. But BetMGM listing an 11 at minus 140. Here's a total. Get me 5 runs apiece, which is legitimate for both sides. Gray, last 30 days of Major League Baseball, 6.93 xFIP number. Marquez, 5.24. And the guy I think is going to have the biggest day, which we'll get into odds boost in just a little bit here, is one Juan Soto with a 413 ISO power number, 569 weighted on base average versus right-handed pitchers. I think we get runs tonight. So instead of going a side with the team total, I'm going to go the game team total at 11 at minus 140, Jason. What are you looking at today between these 2, Washington and Colorado?
Like you said, Gray obviously has not been very good with a 6.93 xFIP. Eventually, the big prospect will be good, but seems like he was a little kind of rushed up this year into the major leagues. And he struggled. Like he's shown some signs of, being good, but the reality is he hasn't been good. The ground ball rate is low. The line drive rate is also high. And now you're pitching in Colorado. Line drive rates in Colorado, that's not a great recipe for success there. Against lefties, weighted OBA 446, ISO 359 in his last 50, and then 34 plate appearances to righties, 373 weighted OBA and ISO of 357. With this Rockies lineup, you're getting a lot of power. The ISO against righties in the last 30 days for that projected lineup, a 234, weighted OBA 331, also walking 9% of the time and hitting line drives 20.3% of the time. I think the Rockies can score at least 4 runs in the first 5 innings, so we'll look at that over 3.5 in the first 5 for this game against Gray. I don't think Gray will have a good game again today.
Yeah, last week we had a phenomenal week betting on the show. Hopefully it continues today. But I do see runs coming in this game. And just to isolate, Gray on the mound, 6.93 ISO power number over the last 30 days. Light strikeout numbers, high walk rate, weighted on base average of lefties 446, the righties 373, high ISO power numbers. That is thin air out there. The ball should travel. What are you looking at, Kyle? Maybe a side, maybe a favorite, team total for the game. What you got?
Well, I agree with you guys. There should be runs in this game. Both these pitchers stink. And, at first you look at it like, I probably like Marquez over Gray just a little bit at home. We certainly know the Rockies are a different team at home. But God, in 2 of his last 3 starts against Washington, negative fantasy points in 2 of those 3 starts. He did have 1 outstanding start, so a real Jekyll and Hyde situation there. And for that matter, Josiah Gray's been mediocre at best, 24 and 16 in his last 2 against Colorado. I will say Washington's lineup profiles just a little bit better. I do think they are a live dog tonight. Obviously, there's only 2 dogs tonight, but I would say, the A's are certainly live in the next game as well when we get to that. But I do think there's some value on Washington here. They should be able to score some runs. Both team totals are high, but I do think they can both get there. Bad pitchers, bad bullpens, packing it in. I guess the real mystery is, will Colorado win enough games to pass Jason's Mets in the standings? Only a couple of games back of the Mets.
It's possible.
I will be watching that very closely this last week of the season, because Lord knows how fun will it be for the Rockies to finish with a better record than the Mets after the start they had this season.
Yeah.
But right here, I'll say Washington's, if you're looking to take a side, it's a dog or pass. Take the plus money on Washington and see how it rides out. If not, I agree. Runs should be scored here. It's a lot, but I do think they get to those 11 runs.
Yeah, I can see that. I think we're going to get some runs out there tonight in Colorado. Let's flip it over to the nightcap here. So we go from a hitter's ballpark to a pitcher's ballpark. Oakland and Seattle playing up in Seattle tonight. If we take a look across the board, Pinnacle opened up at a -114 at Pinnacle. They now sit at 116. Here in New Jersey, -112, now up to a -118. 8s to 8.5s, primarily 8.5s now across the board. If I'm taking a look and try to cap this game, I can't stand Cole Irvin. You line up as many right-handed batters as you can and rake this guy. Here's the issue. Looking at the lineup tonight for Seattle, Crawford, lefty, Seager, lefty, Kelenic, lefty. Toro's a switch hitter. He'll probably be back from the right-hand side. I need as many right-handed batters as I can get. So then we flip it over to the Oakland side and you say, okay, Oakland should be able to get after Flexen. 5.60 xFIP number. But then again, the offense just doesn't line up here. Are we taking a look here, maybe a live dog in this situation? Or if you take a look at this game and say, home team, I'm just going to line up the -118, -115, because I do think that is the better side. But then again, trying to knock each other. It seems like they play each and every day, these two teams. What do you think between the Athletics and the Mariners, Jason?
Yeah, so look, the Mariners have actually done pretty well against Cole Irvin so far. That roster, a 346 average through 70 at-bats, 885 OPS. You've got J.P. Crawford, 5 hits and 11 at-bats. Ty France, 4 hits and 9 at-bats. Kelenic, 3 hits and 8 at-bats. Tom Murphy, 5 of 7. Kyle Seager, 5 of 10. Abraham Toro, 2 of 5. Luis Torrens, 4 of 7. So there's a lot of success in this lineup when it comes to the Mariners against Irvin. And right now, that first 5 team total for the Mariners sitting at 1.5, juiced up at -145. But it makes a lot of sense. I think that obviously both these teams need to win this game to get to the wild card, or have a chance at getting the wild card against the Red Sox and the Yankees. But the Mariners at home, I think they should be able to get 2 runs against Irvin, who, yes, he struggled against righties. Earlier in the season, he struggled against lefties. No matter who he goes up against the Mariners, though, they've had his number. Outside of just 2 guys, I think Haniger has struggled and Dylan Moore. But outside that, 7 guys in the lineup have done pretty solid job against Irvin. So the Mariners over 1.5 in the first 5 on the team total at -145 seems like a really good play in this one.
What are we taking a look at here between the Athletics and the Mariners? Both of these teams, Kyle, still technically in it for that last wild card spot, so they'll sort of knock each other out as they go along. Who are you looking at tonight? Short favorite here in Mariners, or maybe a short or lightly priced dog here in the Oakland Athletics?
Well, Jason just gave out every stat I was about to give out for all those individual.
There you go,
so
done deal.
Quite astutely done there. No, look, go over to BetMGM. You get the Mariners team total over 3.5 -140, and I just think they profile a little bit better than the A's do. Are the A's live in this spot? Of course they are. Both these teams still in the wild card hunt. It's really funny when you look at it. The Mariners a -61 run differential on the year, and they could still make the postseason. Then you've got the Dodgers trying to sweat out a division with +274. So that kind of tells you the wild swings in baseball. What a strange sport. But I like the Mariners lineup here. I could see this feels like it's going to be close, right? 5-3, 4-3. That total's pretty sharp. I think 8.5 is right on the dot and about right where you expect this game. Not great pitchers on the mound. Cole Irvin, I'm with you. I cannot stand this guy. I love fading Cole Irvin. So for me, the play here, I like the Mariners in the first 5 innings. You can get a -0.5 in the first 5 at +115. I also like their team total over 3.5 at BetMGM over 3.5. That's juiced up a little bit to -140. When you look at how these 2 pitchers have done against the opposing team, Flexen, his last 2 starts, 94 combined fantasy points. Very, very good. That's over on FanDuel, of course. Cole Irvin, not so much. 8, a 9, a 0, and a 21 in his last 4. So the Mariners have had success, as Jason touched on. I think the Mariners are the play here. I like that plus money on the run line in the first 5 innings, and I love, maybe we see it here a little bit, best bets on the board with 2 games. I love that Mariners team total over 3.5 -140.
There you go here. So 2 games on the Major League Baseball board. Also keep in mind, yes, we're in the middle of football season. The Pick Six contest here at sportsbookreview.com, $50,000 up for grabs. The reason why I'm working in this now, because somebody was under 500. Somebody was way over 500 this week, and now has a lead as we head into week 4. I won't divulge who actually has that lead until we get into the football show a little bit later on. But let's get into the value menu wagers on the card. Obviously, only 2 games left on the docket for us today. So I'm going to start the game we just went over a few moments ago. Colorado and Washington, total 11 at -140. 2 bad pitchers, hitters ballpark, 2 bad bullpens, 2 bad baseball teams. Everybody just wants to get their licks in at the plate. Maybe you throw some pitchers out there just to see how they do late in the game. Some Colorado Coors magic, and I think I can get over that 11 number. That's where I'm going in my game tonight, Jason. What are you looking at tonight on your value menu wager card here?
Yeah, so we'll go with the Rockies over 3.5 in the first 5 on the team total at -105. Again, like you said, both pitchers should get rocked in this game in Coors Field. But to me, I think Gray is just obviously the worst pitcher of the two, and there's a lot of power in this Rockies lineup, especially at home. So we'll roll with that. Rockies over 3.5. You rarely will see me take a 3.5 number in the first 5, but I do think Colorado will get there in the first 5 innings.
All right, Kyle. Value on the card tonight. 2 Major League Baseball games. Where are you going here?
I'm going to go with this plus money spot on the run line for the Mariners in the first 5 innings at +115. I just like how Flexen has looked a little bit more than Cole Irvin. You did mention there's some lefties in that lineup, but those lefties have been very, very good off of Cole Irvin. See the ball well off of his hand. I think the Mariners get it done in the first 5 innings. We'll throw a little sprinkle there for some plus money. You might be able to get some McNuggets and a couple extra double cheeseburgers on the side for late at night. Give me the Mariners -0.5 in the first 5, +150.
All right, there you go. And also, let's get to this odds boosted. There are some odds boosts out here. One I thought was actually interesting. Didn't bet a lot of money, only $25 on this one. But it was Juan Soto to get 2 base hits and a Nationals win at Fox Bet. That is at +300. So I laid a little bit of a price down to try to get close to, right around that $100 number to see if we can sort of settle in. Actually, $75, which obviously you get the $100 back if you do win total. So I'm going that route tonight. Not a lot to love, but I think it's decent. You're going to get a full 9 at-bats against bad pitching, a red-hot hitter, and who knows who's going to win this game. Basically, I have that as a coin flip, and we'll see if the Washington Nationals can pick up the victory and get a couple base hits here. Where are you going, Jason, on your odds boost, if you even have one today?
Yeah, look, there's one on Fox Bet right now that I do like. J.P. Crawford to get 2 hits and the Mariners to win, boosted from +350 to +400. Again, Crawford, this is a guy who's already 5-11 against, or 5-4-11 against Irvin. He's actually pretty good against lefties, even as a left-handed hitter. 231 ISO, weighted OBA of 352, strikes out just 18.2% of the time, and its ground balls just 34.4% of the time, along with 28.1% line drive. So getting 2 hits for Crawford, it seems pretty doable here against Irvin. And then, of course, the Mariners to win. I think we could all agree that we do like the Mariners to win. So boosted to +400. Why not take a chance?
Odds boost, Kyle, on a short card tonight. What do you have?
I came over to DraftKings. I mean, I don't love the price of this, but I did either Juan Soto or Trevor Story to hit a home run. That's boosted from 120 to 150 or 125 to 150. Juan Soto does have a home run in his career in 5 at-bats off of Marquez. He's 2 of 5 lifetime with the home run, and he has just been absolutely lacing the baseball lately. So I do think he's got a great shot. Trevor Story also 2 of 5 off of Gray. No home runs yet, but I like how he profiles there. Gray giving up a 911 OPS to right-handed hitting. Story or Soto, home run, +150. Short card. I like it.
There you go. All right, let's get to some best bets on the Major League Baseball board. Once again, only 2 games today. I'm still going to stick with that Colorado-Washington total over 11. Was making basically 1 play a day last week and picked up some really good scratch. A lot of good odds boost came in, so we'll see if we could do that again today. Colorado-Washington for me, total over 11, -140 at BetMGM. Jason, any best bets on your Major League Baseball board tonight?
So we're still on value play here, but the Mariners over 1.5 in the first 5 on the team total at -145 via DraftKings is another value play for me. So I got 2 plays today, both the night games. Will be pretty exciting there, and we'll root on those 2 teams and also the odds boost there as well.
All right, Kyle, what you got tonight? Add on, tack on.
Let's rock and roll with this Mariners team total over 3.5. I'll be really surprised if they don't get to 4 runs off Cole Irvin. It's -140 at BetMGM. Look, we talked about how well they profile off of Irvin, Cole Irvin. I don't want to say too many bad things and jinx it, but he's not the best of left-handed pitchers here, and I like how some of those lefties in the Mariners lineup have hit the ball off him. Mariners should get to 4 runs tonight. I'll take them over 3.5 minus 140.
All right, there you go. By the way, we're going to drop it down to the odds lightning round. Why? I don't know, because it's cool to hear the thunder and the lightning in the background, but there are no other games to actually go over. So that means we will clear the bases in a nice action-packed 20-minute show with 2 games here on a Monday. But see, the reason, look, Major League Baseball knows when you get the Eagles on a Monday night game, like, yo, hey, nobody's going to interfere with this because that's the team that people want to see. It's not the Dallas Cowboys tonight. So we'll clear the bases, let the people know we're on again. Colorado, Washington, total over 11 for the game, minus 140. My odds boost Juan Soto to get 2 or more hits and a Nationals win at plus 300. Jason, what do you have tonight?
So I'm going to be on the Rockies over 3.5 in the first 5 and the team total at minus 105. Also the Mariners over 1.5 in the first 5 and the team total of minus 145. Of course, the odds boost for J.P. Crawford to get 2 hits and the Mariners to win, boosted to plus 400. And I am going to be betting the Eagles plus 3.5 and side with Donnie here for the Philadelphia Eagles. Because you know what? The Giants stink. It's whatever. I don't even care anymore. So I'll just root for the Eagles. I don't care. The Giants, the Mets, everyone just breaks my heart. The Knicks, doesn't even matter. So that's why I'm into sports betting. I can actually get some winners instead of losing all the time, you know?
There you go. How about that, Kyle? Clear the bases. What do you got the good people on tonight?
I don't know. Where do broken hearts go? That's what we got.
It goes to the Big Apple.
Yeah. That's why I'm a sports bettor.
So we like it's a double pack of the Mariners here. I like a minus 0.5 in the first 5 at plus 115. I also love that Mariners team total over 3.5 at minus 140. That's my official play of the day. Of course, we're still hoping for the Tigers to scratch across some runs, so we'll be rooting that on this afternoon. And our odds boost Trevor Story or Juan Soto over at DraftKings to hit a home run at plus 150.
All right, about an hour's time. You know, it starts up the NFL show opening line. It never ends, Kyle. Like, we just got done yesterday. You're like, all right, let me try to like decompress here. It starts once again tonight, 4:00. Both myself and Kyle kicking it off, looking at those fresh lines, going over some anecdotes for the week to see if we can have some fun. But that comes up next. Thank you for joining us here on the Monday Major League Baseball show. And hey, tomorrow we got a full card. We'll be able to get after it. Playoff seedings are up in the air. Teams still trying to make the playoffs, and we'll see what happens during the week. I'm Donnie RightSide for Jason Radowitz and Kyle Purviance. We have the sportsbookreview.com Major League Baseball team. Today was Monday. Yep, it's a light card, but as always, good luck on those wagers tonight.